Ah, fuck. Hi. Let's see. Got my headphones on. Let's see. Crank that game audio way down. Because a new dog cannot be trusted. I will need to hear what he's up to. How am I doing? How am I doing? Pretty good. Kind of hungry. So I skipped lunch. But hello, Snowhound. Hey, take a look at this Snowhound. Is that a good is that a good segue? Look at him. Hi, buddy. Yeah. Oh, you're such a good boy. Oh my god. Okay. Good dog kiss, please. Oh yeah, you bet. I'll see. He is so big. He is so big. In fact, I think he's not done growing. I think I've known this dog for 5 hours now, and the vibe I'm getting is big puppy, you know? I don't think he's quite finished. He's not quite cooked. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here, dog. Doesn't even have a name yet. I'm gonna turn my light down a little bit. Getting a little washed out. Okay, move please. Get out of my way. I love you. Okay, that's a little better. Hello, Carlos. I also already love him. How old is he? Did I already answer that? The shelter said 1.5 is their best guess, which seems pretty right to me. He is a very good boy. We went through a brief moment of panic because we got to the shelter on Friday and he was gone. He was in foster, and it's like, you know, one of those situations where maybe they're a real foster, or maybe they're just sort of soft launching an adopt or whatever. In fact, I think we technically are fostering him right now. So imagine my delight when I woke up this morning. I went to the website and there he was, ready to go. Speaking of dogs, is Rex following me or not? No. Why not? Take care of him as you take care of Rex, so send him first into battle.
True to Kaisar.
Yeah, he's not following me. Why is that? Why is that happening? Maybe if I... Okay. Now follow me, please. Let's go. Have I spoken to Caesar yet? Yes. Yes, I have. Hey! No. No, 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 no. No, absolutely not. Get out of here. He's like still in the stage of like biting everything in the house and poking at it with his big ass nose and just seeing what's fun to fuck around with. It's been a long time since I had like a young dog. Feels like Rita's been old forever. I'm not used to this anymore. I don't trust him. He does not seem to care about the cat at all, though, so that's great. That was my only real concern. Or her litter box, which is an even bigger win. Did he have previous owners? I imagine he must have. Like, he just asked me to go outside to pee, you know? But he was a
Some of the
stray
slaves have been
intake.
spreading
So,
stories about the burned man again.
oh jeez. So whoever his last home was, God damn it, stop it. Clearly didn't care to keep him contained. I don't know. It's, who knows? Great Pyrenees are a really popular farm and ranch dog in Central Texas. So it may be that he was just like he just wandered a little too far off the farm or whatever. He's really, really friendly and really, really calm. He's a little bit reactive in the way that some dogs can be when they're not being paid very close attention to, if that makes sense. Like he seems a little bit wild. But for a dog as chill as he is, that really isn't saying much. He is a rescue dog, yeah. He's not anxious at all, as far as I can tell. He just doesn't really seem accustomed to civilization. I don't know. Tell me a secret. Yeah, I know. Same. What were we doing? Were we... Oh. Yeah, let's go visit Mr. House. Let's do that. Oh, man. My attention's gonna be even more divided than usual today. That's alright. Hey, buddy. What are you doing? You can tell he thinks Rita and I are being really boring. But he doesn't want to let us out of his sight. I know, buddy. I'm so sorry. I wonder if he might get just a little bit bigger because his head seems a little too big for his body. Great Pyrenees are such goofy dogs. Is he friendly with your other animal family members? Yeah. So far, he fits right in. Rita likes him, which I was a little concerned about. Oh shit, yeah, weapon hotkeys, thank you. And he doesn't really seem to care about the cat at all, which is a huge relief. That was going to be the only thing that might be a deal breaker for getting another dog. He's also just, I mean, I'm kind of in the best situation of all because he's not technically my dog. He's more man's dog, you know, so. I get to have all the fun parts of having a dog and none of the responsibility. Or at least very little of the responsibility. I'll still take care of him, obviously. Because he's a good boy! I love him. Okay. Seniority, yes, okay. Certified over 5, we'll do the caravan shotgun. And then the for 7 submachine gun, grenades for 8. There we go. Alright, we should be set. Thank you for reminding me. I did. He's got a really big ass head. He's hilarious. I love this dog. Yeah, that's exactly his attitude. Okay, guess I live here now. Oh, alright, whatever. He's such a jock.
If it can be bought, it can be founded. Make an...
Sometimes I wish I was some rich white lady's pet. Man, I just watched the Aristocats the other day. Pretty fun movie, but man, they've got the life. I'd love to be some rich white lady's pet. just some rich lady would. They don't have to be white. Just as long as they're rich and care about me. Their new animal friend in the house. Hello, William. Yes. Yes, we've acquired a new dog. I'd pick up the camera and show you, but that's a I don't want to. It's like a huge pain in the ass to pick up the camera and move it. But if he wanders back in here again, you'll see him because he takes up a lot of space. Nothing more entertaining and lovable than kind of stupid dogs. Yeah. Ain't that the truth? Rita's for sure a kind of stupid dog. I'd even call her a stupid dog. With all love, you know. Light and love. Rita is not very smart. But she tries her very hardest. And that's really what counts, isn't it? She doesn't have to be very good at much, you know. Hi, Hampton. A black Labrador that would attempt to eat everything from jellyfish to the couch. Yeah, he seems a little bit like that kind of dog. We'll see. I haven't had to deal with that in a long time. Okay. You stay here. I don't think that'll affect anything. I think I'll still have to get rid of him, but I grew up with two very smart dogs. They would often cause problems when they were young. Yeah, my mom's dog, who some of you have seen. She was here visiting a couple months ago. Is very much that way. She's a blue heeler from, like, you know, working dog strain, and she's an absolute maniac. She needs a job or she goes insane.
Mr. House is just pleased as punch you got those old Securitrons back online, sugar.
Who are you?
I'm Jane, one of Mr. House's girls. We keep him entertained. We don't get many guests lately. Perhaps we can entertain you as well.
How does a robot fucking work between robots? I mean, my lab locked me out of my apartment to eat my burrito. You know, I think I mentioned this before. The Morbid Man has spent the past, like, 15 years devising just the perfect Jersey Mike's sub. And it is the perfect Jersey Mike's sub. It's a great sandwich. And usually I can trust Rita around food implicitly. She doesn't have a whole lot of object permanence above eye level, you know? And so it's pretty easy to just kind of leave food around her. She won't touch it. She's pretty respectful, even if it is in her line of sight. But something about this, oh my God, she loves this sandwich so much. I can leave it, you know, without thinking, I leave it on my desk to go to the bathroom or whatever, and I come back and it's fucking gone. And Jersey Mike's subs are, like, expensive. It's like a $20 sandwich. What can you tell me about New Vegas?
Oh, there's lots of things to tell, I'm sure. There's the 3 families, the casinos, the other attractions. What would you like to know?
Very weird isekai anime where the protagonist reincarnates as some chick's pet dog. Anime world is insane. What is the anime? It's really good. Where the, like, doctor and his patient are reincarnated as some, like, pop idols babies. Man. No premise is off limits. You can make a good movie about anything. Stephanie Beatrice? I don't know who that is. Let's see. I don't think I've heard that one before. I got every now and then someone, most people, oh yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Yeah, I have heard that before, actually. Somebody told me Larkin Love the other day. Okay. I certainly don't have Larkin Love titties, but all right, I'll accept it. Whatever. What is the sandwich? It's like turkey, provolone, bacon, pickles, peppers. I'm missing something. Some specific ingredient. I mean, as sandwiches go, it's nothing insane, you know. But oh my God, get out of here. It's just the specific combination of flavors. Stop it. Go away. No. has to be from Jersey Mike. Stop it! Stop! See, this is big puppy shit. What he's doing is... so this is my mouse pad, right? And he's like coming over and just like pulling. Pulling ever so gently at the tassels on this. Get out of here! Stop it! And he's so cute that every time I tell him no, it just makes the game more fun because I can't be serious around him. He's too funny. He's too cute. Hi, how are you? Hi, John Galt. It's been a minute. What the fuck are we talking about? I got a new dog, Hampton. Ever get the point of anime? You don't have to. It's okay. Give Big Head sandwich. He's so cute. Condiments. I want to say mayonnaise, but a particular kind of mayonnaise. There's got to be like garlic aioli or some shit. I don't remember. It's a mouse carpet. Yeah, I know. That's why I bought it. I think it's cute. Yes, White House trying to replace PBS with PragerU. They've already done it successfully. Well, successfully in in several school districts, including Oklahoma, of course. Tell me about the 3 families.
They're just new money, sugar. They
Yep,
might
DC
pretend they're
military zone.
sophisticated, but between you and me, they're not far off from tribals. Emeritus especially are just awful brutes. The chairman and the White Glove Society at least pretend to have some culture.
Speaking of dumb dogs, have you seen Superman yet? I have seen Superman. We discussed it on the last stream. I liked it. Liked it quite a bit. Hey, dog! Come here! Here, doggy! Hi. Don't leave this room. I don't trust you. I live near DC. I've noticed no changes. Yeah, you probably won't because there's actually, despite what Republicans say, not a whole lot of crime in DC. So pretty much what's going to happen is probably what happened in LA, which is that we're going to spend like, a few $100 million for FBI agents and, National Guard to sit on their asses and not investigate the child trafficking that the right seems to, ostensibly care so much about. Tell me about the casinos.
Well, of course, there used to be a lot more of them. But these days, there are 3 open to the public. The Tops, the Ultra Lukes, and Gamora. And the Lucky 38, of course. But we're not open to the public.
Doggy.
You're a special case, sugar.
Come here. Just lie down. Just go lie down somewhere. Let's talk about something else.
Anything you like, sugar.
Tell me about Mr. House.
Why,
Doggy.
sugar? He's the maximum utmost.
That's fine.
If
You
it
can
were
stay
for
there.
Mr. House, we wouldn't have this fabulous wonderland of New Vegas, would we?
Yeah, Ultra Lux, please. It is funny when people, when you can hear that there wasn't like a whole lot of oversight in people's line reads. Like the director clearly wasn't in the room. It was just some sound tech. Trump wants to invade my country. Yeah, well. Yeah. I seriously doubt he will. Sorry, I'm just catching up in the chat. Remember very, very recently, it seems like a lifetime ago, but when he was talking about invading Canada and Greenland and also Panama and also Mexico, I just don't think it's going to happen. He's already kind of... Doggy, come here. He's already kind of, like, way over abusing his goodwill with the military. I don't think that... We talked about this on stream before. I don't think that morale in the military is terribly high right now. No active duty, military is impressed with Pete Hegseth turning the entire military into his, like, personal PR campaign. They all think it's super fucking cringe. Like the fact that they are removing age limitations on who can join ICE and that kind of thing, that does not bode well for the status of those administrations at all. Hampton, it seems like a good opportunity for you to bolster your healthy disdain and hatred for this administration and this country, without risking too terribly much, because I think it's really unlikely to happen. Sounds like you're pretty fond of him.
Well, of course I am, silly. Mr. House is just the smartest, most wonderful man there ever was. Why, did you know he single-handedly reclaimed New Vegas from all those nasty tribes that used to live here?
Yikes,
Wow. He single-handedly sent in his Securitrons to do it.
Oh, no.
But that counts in my book.
Kind of famously, there's a character with a New Zealand accent in New Vegas that makes no sense, much to the anger of the director. Big problem in 4, too. Fallout 4 is full of people with accents. It's like how did some Irish chick end up here? The Bobrov brothers have very strong Russian accents. When did they immigrate to the Commonwealth from Russia? Thoughts on Mamdani? I like Mamdani, and I'm so disinterested in trying to pick him apart for impurities. I don't care. Like, he's got good ideas for New York City. What the fuck do you want? Like, it's like people won't be satisfied with any candidate that won't be a literal, vanguard of the revolution and tear the whole system down single-handedly. It's not gonna fucking happen, okay? It's like, it just strikes me as kind of juvenile to behave as though that will happen. Honestly, I don't think that most people actually do think that. I think it's just that social media promotes and encourages an attitude that, everybody has to be an iconoclast. Stop it! Get out of here! No! Everybody has to be a huge iconoclast and contrarian and whatever. I don't believe that many people on the left have such issues with him, Maybe that's naive of me, I don't know. I didn't realize robots could have such strong feelings about people.
Sugar, I may be a robot on the outside, but on the inside, my neurocomputational matrix is an exact copy of Mr. House's favorite girl.
Ba-do-do-do, ba-do-do-do, boo-do-do-do-do-do. Trump is not literally Hitler. He's a con man. He's a degenerate, rapist, pedophile. I do not believe he's a fascist. Fascinatingly, I also don't believe he's a fascist. Notoriously, I don't believe that Trump is a fascist. I think he's some, weird political science slurry, Half a king, half a fascist. But all capitalist. I still think that the best way to describe Trump's political philosophy is that he is a TV producer. That's it. He's a TV producer. So you're a copy of a dead woman? What exactly do you do for Mr. House?
Mr. House has a lot of needs, Sugar. I take care of all of them, and a lady doesn't kiss and tell.
Mamdani's a looter who's out to destroy the men of ability. Oh, like you, John Galt? As we've established, you're a parasite, are you not? Are you a man of ability? Or are you a future man of ability who's been temporarily embarrassed? I really don't want to think about that.
Then maybe you shouldn't pry into a lady's particulars. Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Anything you like, Sugar.
Good, I hope that all the men of ability die a violent death. What is this place?
This is the Lucky 38 Resort and Casino. Or it used to be. Mr. House has kept the place locked up tight for ages now. Nobody comes in or out.
It is kind of funny that Mamdani is everything the right lied about Obama a decade ago. He was African. He was an African Muslim socialist. It's so true. What kind of robots are you?
Why, I'm a Robco PDQ-88B Mark I Securitron, you silly goose. We're the finest in personal civil robotic security on the market.
John Galt, explain to me what makes Trump not a capitalist. I would love to hear it. What's with the snowball
Not
collection?
many people know this, but Mr. House is one of the world's biggest collectors of antique snow globes. If you happen to find any out in the wasteland, you can bring them to me, and I'll add them to his collection. won't get a reward, of course.
Doggy.
In fact,
Hey!
one of Mr.
Hey!
House's
No, no, no,
favorites
no, no,
went
no, no.
missing when we moved the collection. If you have a look around the Lucky 38, you might even find it.
You big galoot. He's trying to eat my raccoon skull. I cleaned that myself. Hey, no, 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 stay in here. Okay. Radicalize the dog into sharing a library pic. Yeah, very, we did. We got a new dog. Hi, Spooky Teeth. Dog is in charge of tonight's stream. He truly is. Hey! Stay away from my knick-knack shelf. You're too tall. That's the problem. You're taller than Rita. Yeah, very interested to hear what the difference is between Trump and... why is Trump not a capitalist? I would like the mechanism. Again, I asked you once, John Galt, for... Oh, good dog. Yes, just lie down there. Take a nap. For the mechanism by which capitalism would, provide for people's needs, and that didn't really seem to go anywhere, so... But maybe this time. Maybe this time I'll be convinced. I've got a snow globe.
You do? Why, that's just wonderful. I'll take it and put it with the rest of the collection.
Shit. Did she give me money for that? I was distracted. I didn't pay attention. I feel like Trump could be described as the capitalist. Yes, 1000%. Trump is like he's like a caricature of American capitalism and all its failures and faults. The only things, positive that Trump has done with his wealth, and positive meaning actually maintaining some kind of position, personal position, political position, whatever, has just been to get richer and richer and richer, which is what capitalism is. That's the point of capitalism. Capitalism is where you use money to make more money instead of using money to acquire goods and services. Trump's a looter. He does not seek to unchain the free market. That's a fucking fact. He seeks to bring it under his control. That's also a fucking fact. He attempts to exploit the free market and not attempt to succeed in it. Explain to me the difference between succeeding in the free market and exploiting the free market. Because most of, certainly modern capitalist theory, encourages you to exploit the free market. There's no difference between exploitation and honest participation in the free market. Truly. This is, the guys who developed the theories that you're talking about, your Friedman, your Hayek, whatever. This is how they speak about this, that it's all about personal utility, not what's the horribly misquoted Adam Smith thing? We do not rely on the goodwill of the baker, the butcher, whatever, but their own self-interest. Milton and Hayek took that to its logical conclusion. Decontextualized that quote and decided it meant that greed is good. A can with a penny in it. That's interesting. That's a good idea. Yeah, looting wealth is capitalist. It's half the point. Also, Adam Smith stole his shit from the Muslims. Yes, absolutely. But he was I don't really have a whole lot of problems with Adam Smith. Adam Smith was, if I'm remembering correctly, pretty open about his reliance on Muslim economic theory and political theory. A video discussing the Marxist ideology of Shrek 2. I haven't seen Shrek 2 in a long time. It's not out of the question, I'll say that. Okay. I like Shrek.
So, we meet in person, finally, so to speak. You did well at the fort. Kudos. I take it you've come to deliver the platinum chip?
Exploiting is a definition. Love that. Is using the government or the stolen labor of others that you've not provided fair value for. How do you define fair? John Galt. Are you a labor theory? Surely you're not a labor theory of value type guy. What is fair value? He was bankrupted. You? Just because he's a bad capitalist doesn't mean he's not a capitalist. It's the same thing with the whole J6 argument. Just because it was a shitty coup that failed doesn't mean it wasn't a coup. Favorite random Marxist reading of a movie is the Lego Movie. Isn't it amazing how many movies, especially kids movies, can be... Oh, Chicken Run. That's a great example. Yeah. Can be interpreted through a Marxist lens. How easy that is to do. It's kind of like the values that we try and instill in children are just sort of communist in nature, no? Anti-exploitation in nature. Sounds like John's arguing in favor of the fair laborer. Pretty based. Yeah, I know. Rewatched Shrek 2 last year. It didn't hold up from my childhood. Whole plot is predicated on misunderstandings. Could be solved by simple conversations. Well, many such cases. Well, but then, when that's the case in movies, it's typically because they're trying to say something about the the communicative failure that results from certain character flaws. No. Unsupervised tour. Oh yeah. By Bugs, do you mean Bugs Life? Totally. Oh, Weapons. Yeah, I saw. Okay. Well, okay. So I went and saw Weapons on Friday, but I fucked up my timing and I had to leave like 10 or 15 minutes early to make it to the animal shelter, only to find out that our big, beautiful, giant, dumb dog was in foster. So I missed like the last 10 or 15 minutes, but I have every intention of writing something about it. It was really interesting from what I saw. I just need to go back and watch the ending. Loved Weapons. I got my analysis. Hampton, I'd love to hear your analysis. That's how you get kicked out of class way too many times because your teacher told you to share your pencil at a non-market rate. Well, it's not sharing if you're doing it at a market rate, is it? That's just a business transaction. It's not the same thing as sharing, is it? I have questions.
I'll be happy to satisfy your every curiosity once the platinum chip has been delivered.
Payment first.
Fine. Give me the chip and I'll pay you 4 times the delivery bonus stipulated in your contract. How's that?
Chip out of luck. Nope, sounds great.
Such a small thing, isn't it? And yet so capacious. So very dear. Decades of hiring salvagers out west to search for this little relic in the ruins of a place called Sunnyvale. Back then, anyway. That's where the chip was printed, on October 22nd, 2077. It was to have been hand-delivered to me here at the Lucky 38 the next day. But the bombs fell first. Suffice it to say, the delivery was never made.
What happens? What does the chip do exactly?
Yes, so far as you've seen, all it does is change the picture on the Securitron's face screens from policemen to soldiers. But as you'll see, some things are more easily shown than told. Take the elevator all the way down to the bottom level, and you'll see what I mean. Don't worry, you'll like what you see. We have much to accomplish, you and I.
Trump is a vending machine that sells other people's commodities. That is interesting. Ugh. Oh my.
Step closer to the demonstration area, if you would. I expect you're well familiar with my Securitrons by now. The titanium alloy housing that protects its electronic core deflects small arms and shrapnel easily enough. Its X-25 Gatling laser, produced to spec by Glassinghouse Inc., is deadly against soft targets at
What
medium
am I
range.
doing here?
And for close range suppression or
shrug.
crowd control, the Securitron is armed with a 9mm submachine gun. All of this you probably already knew.
It's a little bit of the entire grifter oeuvre that that like Trump has sort of introduced into legitimate society. No, where it's like you don't hear people like right-wing men's rights weirdos talking about how you can become independently wealthy and own a bunch of Lamborghinis by drop shipping, but that is kind of what Trump does, right? Like he just takes a normal ass product and slaps his name onto it, and the brand itself is supposed to sell the product, which is like not the same thing as drop shipping, which is just middlemaning, but is a similar kind of attempt to do arbitrage, to just like take something and sell it to somebody else without changing anything about it and make a profit that way. Like it's not even flipping. At least with flipping, you're taking a thing, you're like slapping a bunch of new paint on it and then selling it to somebody else for a lot more. Like that's not how Trump runs a business at all. But is increasingly like there's no like doing that is not incommensurate with any kind of capitalist theory at all, like at all. There's nothing in any kind of capitalist theory that I'm aware of that says that's not a perfectly adequate and valid way to make your bag, baby. Supposed to walk forward and observe House's demonstration. Okay, I shall do so.
What you did not know is that these are the Securitron's secondary weapons.
Ugh.
All this time, my Securitrons have had to get by running the Mark I operating system, which lacked software drivers for their primary weapons. Today, with the delivery of the Platinum chip, all that changes. Behold, for the first time, Securitrons running the Mark II OS. The M235 missile launcher gives the Securitron the ability to engage ground and air targets at significantly longer ranges. And a rapid-fire G-28 grenade launcher ensures the Securitron is deadly in close-range engagements. The software upgrade also includes drivers for the Securitron's highly sophisticated on-board auto-repair systems. Altogether, the Mark II software upgrade confers a 235% increase in combat effectiveness per unit. The city of New Vegas finally has soldiers worthy of protecting it. Return to the penthouse now. We have much to discuss. Trips to the basement are rarely so educational, don't you think? I've since broadcast the upgrade to every Securitron in range of my transmitters, and I must say, it's causing quite a stir down on the strip.
Oh god. Why show your hand like that? Get out of here! Stop it!
I'm surprised you can still underestimate me after everything you've seen. I haven't shown my hand. I've shown one card. I've given my enemies a single provocative datum upon which to fixate. They have no idea what other cards I'm holding. It's a strong hand, believe me. I dealt it to myself.
Ice Cube's War of the Worlds? No, I haven't. Hey, dog! No, 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 no. No, there's nothing for you back there. Come here! Come here, doggy! Who's the best faction? The best factions, they're perhaps boring choices, but I choose them because I'm an adult. The Followers of the Apocalypse and Joshua Graham's little merry band of outlaws out there in Utah or whatever. Hey, doggy, come here. Dog, 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 dog. Doggy. Hi. Yeah, the new puppy's name is Dog. He doesn't have a name yet. His shelter name was Oof. OOF, Oof. Hey, come here. Come here. Come on. Just stay in here. Oh, the 4 main options. So who is it? Legion NCR had the House and Mr. House and who's the 4th? Am I crazy? I just haven't paid attention thus far, I guess. Courier. Independent Vegas. Oh. Wish the Sorrows and Dead Horses got more autonomy. I will co-sign that. Doggy! Come here. What happens next?
The foundation is laid. My Securitrons on the strip are upgraded, and those at the fort ready for action. Now it's just a matter of adjusting the attitudes of some lesser groups while we wait for Caesar's Legion to attack Hoover Dam.
Goodness, what's the next step?
Outside New Vegas, at what was once called Nellis Air Force Base, resides an unusual tribe known as the Boomers. They are, shall we say, aggressively reclusive. They have several howitzers they fire at anyone who dares approach the base. Artillery of this sort has a range of several miles. If it's going to fire on Hoover Dam, I want it firing at my targets. If not, then I want to make sure that the Boomers don't sign similar treaties to fire their guns in support of the NCR or Caesar's Legion.
I have questions.
What did you want to discuss?
I'm surprised you haven't asked me what became of Benny. I hear silence in there. Be right back. Go boy. Just stay in here. Just lie down. Have a nap.
Did you go, boy?
Okay. Beep 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 boo boo doo boo boo. Da 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 da. Does anyone else want that sandwich? I do. Maybe the man will bring one home for me tonight. Sometimes he surprises me with the perfect sandwich. Trademark. Maybe because I got him his dog today, he will reward me in kind. What do we think? I'm surprised you haven't asked me what became of Benny.
That's because he ceased to be relevant when you recovered the platinum chip. Revenge doesn't interest me. Progress does. Sorry to deny you a moment of primate triumph, but you'll have to go elsewhere to sound your barbaric yawp. What else did you want to discuss?
Nice. Man, I don't like Mr. House, but I do respect him. Tell me about the Boomers.
They occupied Nellis Air Force Base a little over 50 years ago. One of my Securitrons got some video of their arrival and then exploded. Odds are they were vault dwellers. That's everything I know about them, really.
Okay. Back to business.
As I was saying, I need you to enlist or neutralize the Boomers at Nellis Air Force Base.
Ugh. No, I have more questions.
I'd rather you just dealt with the Boomers, but all right.
I genuinely think the script for that Amazon War of the Worlds movie was written by ChatGPT. First draft, first prompt, and they went through with it. It's that ridiculous. Okay. I'll have a watch. That sounds great. I do love a horrible movie. I just, well, not just, it's like maybe a month ago, I heard tell that they finally pulled the plug on what's that movie called? Zack Snyder, Rebel Moon. We will get no 6th part of Rebel Moon, unfortunately, but it makes me want to go rewatch those movies. They're a fucking train wreck. I just remembered you're Mexican. Yes. Nice to meet you, Hampton. You can find many better ways to spend 2 hours. I'm sure that's the case, but I really, really love bad movies. One of the worst ever. Oh my god, even better. Even better. What do you think Weapons is about? I thought and listen, I haven't seen the ending again, so I did look it up later, but I have not seen it, and I think that, like, obviously there's a huge difference between looking at a synopsis of a movie and watching the movie itself. But, like, I mean, it's interesting partly because it's a zombie movie, right? And it's, like, it's not just a, just tell the boomers it all right. You start another debate with chat. Sorry, Gun Parade. This is what you signed up for. Hi, Chef Our Kills. The ending is probably the best part. Yeah, I need to watch it. So yeah, it's a zombie movie, but it's super interesting because it's classic zombies. It's not like, so like working on a couple different projects surrounding this, so I've been doing zombie research lately, and like the history of zombies as an archetype is super, super fascinating because they start out as a like specifically a sort of voodoo folklore, and that itself comes from a lot of like sort of folk magic traditions in a lot of African cultures surrounding slavery. Both the transatlantic like chattel slave trade and also the slave trade that has existed, since time immemorial, across cultures, certainly in Africa, certainly with their like historical relationship with places like Rome and Greece and whatever. And like the zombie is basically kind of a construction of what happens when you are enslaved. That your agency is taken away in a really basic way. Like, even if you still have your own mind and can like still physically move yourself around or whatever, like you are no longer, your body is no longer your own, and you are just sort of transformed into this labor mechanism for somebody else to control. And so, like, in the beginning, zombies are a very clear metaphor for slaveries of all kinds, and then that kind of changes when it becomes more of like an ideological metaphor that zombies are what happens when you get brainwashed instead. A weapon, you could say. Yes, exactly. Yes, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah. And then recently, it seems like so if the zombie is a metaphor for slavery, right, then the obvious implication of the story that piece of folklore is telling is that, I mean, it seems almost trite to say, but like the worst thing that can happen to you is that you become a zombie. Yeah. Recently, in more recent zombie media with The Walking Dead and stuff of that ilk, the worst thing about zombies is the possibility that somebody you love might become a zombie and you might have to like kill them, or it's a representation of grief and loss and whatever. It has very little to do with slavery. Like, whether you become a zombie is kind of like, it's not great, but it's kind of immaterial because there's no because once you're a zombie, who cares? You're dead. So there's no sort of traditional inflection of what it might be like to be a zombie, because it's not something that we have in our minds anymore. So to bring the sort of original zombie that is concerned with lack of agency and slavery, whether chattel slavery or not, into the modern era is a super interesting thing to do. I need to watch the ending and figure out what I think it's actually saying about it. But like the fact that it's children, you know, is super interesting. And that's where my thoughts end because I haven't seen the ending. So mind control, not undead, yes. I don't like the white balance on my camera. Can one say that an important lesson to be learned from really bad movies is how to make better movies? Yes, absolutely. And isn't that fun? Weapons is a slave revolt? Yeah, potentially. Depends on how it ends. Zombies are also kind of a sort of metaphor for the struggle of the individual against the teeming masses. Yeah, that's the dumbest that's the dumbest zombie lesson of all. Because like it wouldn't be like here's the thing about the sort of the sort of fantasy of the zombie apocalypse being that you can well, first of all, that you can ethically murder people, you know, and so all your gun training can finally go to use. But also the anxiety around the teeming masses who are not any different from you. Like it is just this constant sort of circling the drain and never really getting there about whether human communities should be trusted or not. Because if it's like, if the teeming masses are just that, then yeah, just shoot them all. Who gives a fuck? But that can't be the case because we rely on other people, don't we? We need human communities to succeed, don't we? Because otherwise we're fucked. Because otherwise we are just individuals against the world and we are gonna die, you know, we're gonna live really, what is it that... Is it Hobbes that says brief, brutish, and short? No, brief and short are the same. Brutish, short, and there's a third adjective. I don't remember. But like the sort of like state of nature that he puts forth to describe how people lived before culture, which is a stupid conceit to begin with. So like there are no teeming masses is the point. And that's why The Walking Dead never ends. Because there's no comfortable answer to that question of what constitutes the masses as opposed to people you should, you know, welcome into your community. Because there is no difference. They're the same. There is no teeming masses. There's no population of people who are just like, you know, mindless consumers. That's stupid. Felt the metaphors are really jumbled and overloaded for me. Maybe. I think I like Barbarian better, for sure, especially as a metaphor. But I don't know for sure because, well, I do know for sure that I liked it better. But I don't know for certain whether I agree that it's jumbled and overloaded because I haven't seen the ending. Maybe not an intentional one, but one regardless. No, that's if there can be an intentional metaphor for the modern zombie story, that's it. 1000%. That's what the writers have in mind. And I think it's pedestrian and boring. Do you like the nonlinear story approach? I do. I thought that worked well. If you go behind the scenes of a lot of bad movies, filmmakers are often aware that the film is not working while they're making it. Yeah, more often than not. It's just really, really hard to pull the plug in the middle of production. Like your thoughts on Warm Bodies. The video that I'm writing with Tale Foundry right now that I think will be out sometime next month has my entire analysis on Warm Bodies. The Trump mythology. Okay, let me pull it up and add it to my tabs. The Trump mythology. No. Videos. Fuck's sake. plastic pills. Ah, there it is. Okay. Locked and loaded. I am also happy that Zach Kreger is moving his way up. Attention is not the sole relevant factor behind an analysis. True. Especially when you're dealing with tropes and genres because they carry inherent meaning. Yeah. Yes, the mall setting in Dawn of the Dead. It seems like they make similar jokes in Shaun of the Dead, where it's like the zombie apocalypse happens, and for some people, it's like their lives continue exactly the same. Like you still go to work for the DMV or whatever. Gee, thanks. Sorry, Jungle. Yay, ethical murder. Listen, give me some ethical murder. I gotta put my gun training to the test. Not really. It's a joke. I don't actually want to shoot people. Please don't ban me, Twitch. Fuck. Very interesting how we shifted our trope for zombies. Remember everybody being very burnt out on zombies in pop culture. Yeah, so to see it return kind of unexpectedly in this one is super interesting. It's like ultra, you know, OG voodoo zombies. It's super cool. Yes, there we go. Nasty, brutish, and short, yes. As with many things, no evidence to suggest that was ever standard. Solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short, yeah. Josie's got it. Josie got the extended version, yeah. That's pretty clear cut. Are they trying to kill you and eat your brains or not? That part is clear cut. What's not clear cut is how you should feel about that. Because that's always going to complicate things. No? It's not just, otherwise it wouldn't be a zombie movie. It'd just be some other monster movie. I don't know. It'd be a you know, man-eating lion movie. What's the difference? The difference is that it's different when people do it, because people are different from animals. People are supposed to arrive with some kind of base level of care attached to them, that zombies sort of confront you with, you know? Barbarian's first half is still insane storytelling and layering. Yeah, it's super, super good. Boyfriend really disliked weapons. That's just because he's not a fan of soft magic systems. Oh, well, yeah. If you had the same issue with Barbarian, well, fuck. Why does so much of zombie media refuse to call them zombies? Like, why did that become a thing? I think because zombie sort of recalls the specific brand of folklore that I'm talking about. I was reading an article about zombies the other day by some scholar whose name I can't remember, that he pointed out, and this is a really good point, that zombies are kind of the only monster in media that doesn't have some kind of literary literary translation, I guess. Like, the way we understand vampires now is not in keeping at all with like the original sort of Eastern European folklore that produced that myth. It's Dracula. You know, we all have a particular image of what a werewolf is supposed to be, with, you know, and we anchor all of our understandings of werewolves onto the Universal movie, whether we know it or not. And that's not the case for zombies for some reason. The individual is absolutely capable of surviving against the wilderness. There are plenty of examples of that sort of thing happening. Who cares about survival? I don't give a fuck about survival. You don't want to survive. You want to thrive. You want to live an actual fulfilling human life. Anybody can survive. I am tempted to say that the difference between survival and actually living a fulfilled life is kind of the main difference between humans and animals, but I believe animals can also have more and less fulfilling lives, so I don't know that I would make that case, but I think that at least rhetorically, logically, you see what I mean, you know? Surviving means jack shit if you are incapable of living expressing all the potential of your human life. That's what being human means, you know? I loved Josh Brolin's dream sequence. I did. Good jump scares in that movie. Favorite part of Sinners is they call them vampires. Yeah, Zombie is definitely not copyrighted for sure. Tabs for the Tab Gods, yes. Swap my phone for 3 notebooks and a library card. I don't believe that. How will you? Maybe you're not talking to that girl anymore. Maybe it's a sore subject by now. Technology scared me too much. I needed to let it go. Wish I could. I didn't realize that. Title Barbarian also refers to the street the house is on, Barbary, so a resident of that street would be a barbarian. Oh! I wonder if there's a similar thing in weapons. Why are you so scared of human progress? Dude, why are you so obsessed with it? Why do you need somebody else to tell you how to live your life? Fuck. Zom 100, I haven't. Use your God-given Second Amendment. Yeah, hell yeah. Probably from my cold, dead hands. Please don't eat. No, don't eat my cables. No. Oh my God. Ugh. Doggy, stop it. Just lie down. Just lie down. Hi. You're so cute. You're so cute. He's a good boy. Hi, Dr. Seuss lover. You're new. And we can thrive on our own? No, we can't. It's a very, very rare kind of person who can, like, that's not how human societies, have ever structured themselves. That's what a society is. That's why societies evolved. It is like ahistorical and kind of evolutionary to claim that human beings can thrive on their own. A single human being, maybe, depending on the human, depending on the individual, but to expect that from every human is lunacy. I'm so sorry. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Get out of here! Stop it! Anyway, I'm here for YouTube. Love your content about horror. Thank you. I don't want to steer the conversation away from the current topic. Would love to hear your thoughts about liminal spaces as a horror genre. Ow! That's an interesting question. Liminal spaces kind of strike me as like kind of the primordial soup from whence every monster derives. Like, if Noel Carroll is correct, no, stop it. Enough of you. Like, if Noel Carroll is correct and a monster is something that, like, denies categorization, a liminal space is literally the manifestation of a denial of categorization, you know? Which is pretty interesting. It's just like emptiness. It's the absence of being. It's an existing absence of existence. Anyway. Lord of the Rings orcs are a kind of zombie. No, I don't think I would. Maybe. They are slaves, for sure. I think that orcs in their own storytelling, like if we were to, like, I could imagine, like, writing a, you know, a good, you know, fan fiction delving into the cultural lives of orcs, and a zombie might be the kind of thing that they could come up with if they were capable of creating anything, which they can't, so. Vampires are looters now. My guy, vampires have always been looters. That's the entire point of a vampire. A vampire is literally a parasite. By definition. A lot of inspiration for Bram Stoker's vampires were Mark's discussion of the bourgeoisie. Maybe I've not heard that in particular, but I know that it was, in no small part, some serious anxiety about, like, old money immigrants coming to take your shit, you know, which is kind of the bourgeoisie, I guess. Same kind of thing, but no, I mean, there's deeper anxieties that have nothing to do. I don't think that kind of, like, I don't know, socio-political analysis lends itself well to the sort of visceral disgust factor that's required to create a monster, you know. So it's called Weaponsville. I don't need somebody else to tell me how to live my life. You let people tell you how to live your life all the fucking time, dude. Like, you specifically. Fucking letting people tell you you're a parasite. I can't imagine anything, like, less, you know, self-motivated than that. Dracula is literally a shitty landlord. He is a shitty real estate magnate. But doesn't he just, like, does he have tenants? I don't know. Giant face. Yeah, sorry y'all, we've departed from the game just once again. Zom 100. An anime about a guy stuck in a dead-end overburdened job in Japan who's suddenly super excited when zombies take over because that's cute. Yeah. Glad you're here, Dr. Seuss lover. Thanks for being here. Controversial opinion, I did not care for Lord of the Rings. That's allowed. You don't have to like everything. How are you gonna survive as a baby, dumbass? Motivates me to not be a parasite and actually be productive. Well, it can't be working that well since you're still a parasite, to hear you tell it. Dracula is a shitty real estate magnate. I didn't know Trump was Dracula. Yes, you did. Of course you did. Of course you did. You're learning in real time. I'm truly happy for you. I'm not joking. Yeah. You're learning so many important things today. And I'm so proud of you. The real reason wears that spray tan is it's actually sunscreen. Oh man, that's a good vampire story, actually. I would very much like somebody to make that story for me. Like, like, not necessarily like MAGA as vampirism, but that kind of like ultra tacky wealth that Trump does as vampirism. That'd be super interesting. I'd watch the shit out of that. Rihanna's evil laugh and sincere laughing, indistinguishable. Yeah, that's how I keep people on their toes. How will the NCR defend Hoover Dam?
General Oliver's strategy, or tunnel vision, as I like to call it, has been to mass troops at Hoover Dam. He wants to outfight the Legion in a straightforward slugging match, and then, when they rout, pursue and destroy them in detail. A crushing, decisive victory of this sort would overshadow the tactical ingenuity of Chief Hanlon's defense 4 years ago, you see.
What's your battle plan for the dam? You were warned, my friend, John Galt. You'll never out-troll Hampton. Yeah, I mean, that guy approaches it like it's his job. No parasitism from Hampton. He saw his calling and met it. Woo! What's your battle plan for the dam?
A good deal should be obvious to you by now. I won't spoil the rest by talking out of turn. What else did you want to discuss?
Claire Obscurup's Expedition 33. Yes, I have. I have. I also hear it's good. Those are my thoughts about it. I try not to like learn too much about video games if I want to play them, and also because if I learn too much about them, I will then go play them, and I don't have time for that. So, a woman named Emily asked me to bug one of your data terminals.
One of the followers of the apocalypse, I'm sure. They're curious about me. Good luck planting a surveillance device here in the Lucky 38 without my knowing about it. What else did you want to discuss?
Oh, okay. If we're gonna live in a society, we need some basic guidelines, but those should not be altruistic. What should they be then? At what point does altruism become, of utility? Hampton is an experienced poster, Sergeant Major, 2nd grade. Oh, Lord. What are your plans for New Vegas?
I've resurrected Vegas, spirit intact. What I need now is the ability to enforce my rightful claim. Not just against Caesar's Legion, by the way. In fact, the NCR is a more present and insidious threat.
It's never of utility? If it's never of utility, then why should we encourage it by providing some basic guidelines to society? We need to baseline the individual better. These are fundamental internal contradictions, dude. Oh, man. Anyway, it's true. I am a smelly anarchist. I think there's a kind of utilitarianism that transcends utility, I guess you could say. The things that we consider markers of a life well lived are typically not like quantifiable or specifically describable, but that doesn't mean that they're not. That doesn't mean that they don't have utility. It just means that their utility is metaphysical. But utilitarians don't tend to think of utility that way, and neither do economists, unless they're behavioral economists, which are really just wormed over psychologists. Yeah. So you're advocating for a collective existence. That is a collective existence, dude. Like, does that make sense to you? You know? Do you understand that when you ask society to do things collectively, that's a collective existence? I'm advocating for a social contract while and if we live in society. That's collectivism. Mariana dreams of tormenting Jeremy Bentham and Thomas Hobbes in some chamber. I gotta rewatch The Good Place. With all that time I have, you know? You know, right, buddy? Hi. Hi. Can you all see him? Look at his dumb little face. You're so cute. You're so funny. I love you so much. I've only known you for 6 hours now. Amazing. The atomist disguise is off. He's a parasite of collective existence, hence a privileged collectivist. Ooh. Shots fired, John Galt. We're just fucking with you, you know? It's all in good fun. None of us actually know each other. It's important that we all remember that. Take what you will from this stream and your interactions with each other, and don't pretend that it gives you any insight into the actual people you're talking to. That's my advice for all social media interaction. How do you intend to enforce your claim on the city?
To enforce, one must have force, a position of strength. Years ago, when I detected NCR scouts...
Guys, is gaslighting when you ask simple questions about somebody's personal philosophy? I'm so curious what people think. Is that rude? Is that rude to do?
Roaming the Mojave, I could tell from their uniforms that these were no mere tribesmen. I knew it was only a matter of time before an army appeared to take control of the dam, and I knew my Securitrons wouldn't be enough to oppose them. And so I recruited the 3 families. Vegas.
I'm so sorry. There's an American show which explores optimistic post-apocalyptic scenario, world after disaster, full of theater troops doing Shakespeare. I'm familiar with it. The book is really good. I recommend it to everybody. I made it through, I think, like 4 episodes of the show, and it's fine. But the book is really, really nice. I like it a lot.
Belongs to me because I must.
No one's asking how is John Galt. That's true. I hope you're having a good day, John Galt. I truly am. I hope everybody's having a good day. How's everybody's day going? Wasn't the NCR's army big enough to defeat your Securitrons and 3 families?
Indeed it was, and still is, but not without taking significant casualties. Would Kimball and Oliver have traded the lives of hundreds of soldiers for absolute control of Hoover Dam? Oh, yes. They weren't afraid of me.
That's true.
They were afraid of Caesar, that attacking me would leave them vulnerable to a Legion offensive. And so they negotiated, not out of the kindness of their hearts, as they try to make it seem, because the calculus of power left no other choice.
Also true. What were the terms of your treaty with the NCR?
NCR forces were permitted to occupy
Naval
Hoover
utilitarian.
and establish a military base at McCarran Airport. Well, it used to be one. They
Oh, yay,
recognized
Josie,
my
that makes me
sovereignty
happy.
over the Vegas Strip
That's
and
really
agreed
cool.
to supply electricity and water once their engineers repaired the dam. Written into the treaty were provisions that the NCR do nothing to prevent its soldiers and civilians from visiting the Strip. That's how I harness the NCR to my endeavor. Their occupation has been the engine of my growing economy.
Making progress on an assessment. Very nice. I hope you enjoy your lunch. Important email my professor. That's always good. Nice. Great day at work right now. Lovely. I'm glad. Everybody seems to be doing all right. It's not always the case. Sometimes I ask people and others, hey, no, what are you doing? No, unbelievable. He destroyed his first object. Look at that. Oh, okay, I gotta go get him like a toy. Yeah, Rita never does this. Be right back. So at least capitalism and fascism, y'all, are communism, capitalism, and fascism the only possible political structures? I had no idea. Oh, damn. Wow. I'm really learning a lot today. This is sarcasm. There are many ways to structure society that don't fall comfortably into any of those 3 basic ass suggestions. Anyway. New York Times just charged me $19.99 USD instead of Mexican pesos. Not cool. I will invade your country. You would rather watch War of the Worlds. I don't know if I would rather. It's like what happens is that I spend so much fucking time online as it is, and like despite this being my job, I am really not a very online person. It is not like I am not a poster, you know. I don't like I don't know. I like doing things in the real world, which is not to say that we can never nerd out, Josie. I'm not saying that at all. But I just, I always want to make sure, like, people know that I'm not, like, ignoring them or trying to avoid them, because sometimes it seems like I am. I'm very, very aware of that. I get a lot of messages. And I'm not even that popular, you know. Oh, you hear a delay in the browser? Oh, I think you were saying that's just on your end. Go boy! Yeah, that's for you! Don't destroy my stuff, please. So traditional primitivist economy, but those are regressive anti-human systems. That's the dumbest thing I think you've ever said on this chat, and I think that's quite an achievement. What is a okay? Is traditional the same thing as primitivist? What is a primitivist economy? What is that? What is? I can see how you could say that's regressive. I can't see how you would say that's anti-human, since that's kind of the most human. If you're saying that it's primitivist, it sounds like, you know, you're sort of making a bit of a Rousseauian argument there, that like, oh, weren't things better when like when nobody actually knew anything and people were just like guided by their like I don't know, dreamlike whims or whatever. There's no such thing as a primitivist economy. Do you know how many thousands of cultures have existed in the past several thousand years alone, let alone the, you know, the past 300,000 years when humans evolved? Please, don't be silly. Here, take it. Mariana would rather bask in window-filtered sunlight in the library reading some obscure passage on compost. I feel very called out. So 6 months of the year doing what is needed for the colony, and 6 months to fuck off doing whatever I like. Yeah. I'm down for that. The thing that people, I think, seem to forget is that if that's the case, then whatever you like is probably not going to look a whole lot like what it looks like now, because you would probably be a little more, your life would be probably a little more entwined with others to begin with. So you'd like, you'd probably just sort of gradually reach what seems like kind of the ideal human situation to me anyway, which is a situation in which human relationships and the labor to support those human relationships and society as a whole. Holy shit. You just ripped apart that toy. Goddamn. Become the same thing, you know? Shit. Going from the fundamental belief that human progress is good, we can then postulate that some form of transhumanist society is ideal. Didn't we already do this? Fuck. I don't see why I should accept that human progress is good. I don't understand what you mean by progress. What do you mean by progress? What's that mean? Progress is a meaningless word alone. You have to qualify it. You're reaching through the stars with no arms. I'm stealing that, Hampton. Primitivist equals barter. Yeah. Hi, Frederick. The old-fashioned system where you would wake up in a teepee and go hunting or gathering. You don't have any fucking clue what you're talking about, do you? Do you think that culture was just invented wholesale in the year 1532 or whatever? Do you think that nobody had any like any different configurations of how to structure human life before like 300 years ago? Nobody ever lived intentionally before the pre-modern era. That's Minecraft. Hey, stop it. No. Stop! He's chewing on my desk chair. Unbelievable. Stop it. I gave you so many toys. Started this very book because of your recommendation. Sick! Yeah. Debt is a great book. It's really, really good. Anti-human because it's supposed technological progress in society instead of choosing to nurse and do the sort of. Explain to me how a transhumanist society isn't anti-human. Doesn't even the word transhumanist means that you're transcending human nature. No? How is that not anti-human? What's that? What? The application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes, especially in industry, advances in computer technology, machinery, blah, 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 blah. I'm confused about, wait. What's that in response to? Is that in response to what is progress? Is that what you're saying? Stop it! No! Oh my god, he's trying to get my mouse! You're crazy. Get out of here. Stop it. No. Stop it. Look. Here. Take this and tear it apart. Take it. Oh my god. Stop. He's crazy. Have you ever acted with marine life on a scuba dive? No, I've gone snorkeling, but no scuba diving. Ocean's scary. Shit can go so wrong when you're scuba diving. No thanks. Progress is scientific research and development, that sort of thing. Do you think that scientific research and development never happened before the Enlightenment? So Newton invented society. Thank you, Newton, for inventing Mexicans. Okay, yeah. Yes, Mariana, I think someone woke up one day and said to himself, hold on, I have this new brilliant idea. Let's call it Society on 1st of January, 1500. Okay, well, it's good to know. It's good to know that that's what you think, because that's the only way that anything that you're saying could make any possible sense, is if that's your understanding of history. Terrific to know. Given the chair, you don't need it. I wrote a mini essay on transhumanism on Discord. Nobody read it. Feel your pain. Yeah, well, we don't need to talk about Discord. I would have read it, but as I said, I'm not online enough, even for my own Discord. That's why I'm getting mods. Transhumans? Hey. It's transcending human nature, perfecting it. If it's transcending human nature, then it's not perfecting it. It's transcending it. These are mutually exclusive terms. You can't transcend something and then simultaneously perfect it. It's like saying I'm gonna perfect the horse and buggy by transcending it using the airplane. These are two different things. I'd argue we're already transhuman with our relationships to technology, such as phones. I do not think we're transhuman. No, because we use phones in a very human way. In the same way that, like, the fact that ChatGPT exists is not at all transhuman. Hey, no. Because we interact with ChatGPT in a really, really human way. The recent ChatGPT update is like such unbelievably potent evidence of that like people are upset because it's not personable enough. It's not giving enough compliments now. And it doesn't feel like you're talking to a friend, you know? Like, that's how people interact with ChatGPT. That's when people are like super ChatGPT boosters. That's why. It's because they think of it as a person, which is not transhuman at all, you know? It's the type of guy who argues that cities and shit are part of nature because humans made them and humans came from nature. I happen to be a person who thinks that cities are part of nature because humans made them and humans come from nature. But I take your meaning. I think that the way we construct cities now is just bad. It's like it has nothing to do with what's natural and what isn't. It's just bad. We made bad choices and followed through on bad decisions. We can make different decisions and make cities in ways that aren't bad. Not all transformations are good, but I would rather have a smartphone than not. I wonder, Gun Parade, if you would rather have a smartphone than not, or if you would rather have a smartphone than not in a world where everybody else has a smartphone. You know what I mean? Because if nobody else had a smartphone, I'd fucking get rid of mine instantly. God, I wish. It's good to have dreams. You're popping right now. We get it. I'm not. I'm not doing bad. Channel's doing pretty well, but I would not say that I'm in the midst of a pop right now. I just I'm really having to come to terms with my use of the internet and what I'm promising, just sort of passively through my job and the I don't know, the ways in which I do or don't purportedly make myself available, and what is actually going to be good for me. So. Transcendence means eventual abandonment. Yes. I just wanted to watch someone play New Vegas. Oh, man. And now here you are, looking at my face with the game paused behind me. By transcending humanity, in all seriousness, we make life better for humankind. How can that be if you're transcending humanity? How are you making humankind better by leaving it? Man, Hampton just... Hampton's, just kind of living my best life here in the chat for me. Can't do this argument again. It was so fucking boring. God bless. Austin, the mecca of communist architecture. Unironically. The communalism in Central Texas architecture is evident. Everything looks the fucking same. Fascists love talking shit on cities. Chicago, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C. Why is that? I think it's because you can't have a city without some form of functional communalism that is not dictated from above. The amount of crime that could happen in a place like Chicago or L.A. or New York City that doesn't is astounding. Like, if people actually were as violent and self-interested as, you know, people on the right purport them to be, then we would have no cities. They wouldn't be a viable way to organize people because there would be too many people thieving and murdering. Even when crime is high, the amount of crime that happens compared to the amount of utter population in those areas is like a real testament to the sort of, you know, kind of non-violent, altruistic nature of the human species, you know? It's true that the way we interact with people when it's only through the internet is pretty radically different than in person. Yes, it is, but it's not transhuman. It's that we're applying a human brain to something that is fundamentally unhuman, you know? It's not like it is changing things about our brains, yes, but it's not doing so in a way that makes us equally functional on the internet or through the phone. It's just continuing to take advantage of our natural, you know, human proclivities. My trip to Tokyo was so eye-opening. We have such garbage cities. We really, really do. We really do. Bye, Carlos. Oh, I'll be reading Dawn of Everything in a couple days. Oh, join the Discord if you haven't already. I want to hear your thoughts about it. Oh boy, Hampton has an essay. Okay. Hampton, I will read it here. Transhumanism is anti-human. In order to extract value out of the consumption of a commodity, our friend, the money owner, must be lucky enough to find within the sphere of circulation on the market a commodity whose use value possesses the peculiar property of being a source of value, whose actual consumption is therefore itself an objectification of labor. In other words, labor power. We mean by labor power or labor capacity the aggregate of those mental and physical capabilities existing in the physical form, the living personality of a human being, capabilities with which he sets in motion whenever he produces a use value of any kind. This is why transhumanism is anti-human. Transhumanism then becomes the decisive philosophy and goal for these people. Their dream of becoming a machine, yep, is that of getting rid of what makes them human. Yes, they seek to harness the entirety of their wealth, and humans are an impediment. Yeah, if they're able to transcend humanity, then what is humanity necessary for? Yeah, bars, Hampton. Hard agree. Hi. Have we already gone over how they're doing the on-the-ground fascism in my city? Sort of briefly. You know, just that, like, Trump's gonna... I assume you're in D.C.? you know, same thing that happened in LA. Trump's going to send a bunch of FBI agents and like National Guard to sit around with their thumbs in their asses and do nothing. They won't be solving any crimes. They won't be like doing any of the normal stuff that the FBI is supposed to do, for good or ill. They will instead be just walking around DC waiting for who knows what and wasting hundreds of millions of dollars. I saw an NPR article yesterday talking about how like there's like a fender bender in DC yesterday with a car and a motorcycle, and fucking 24 FBI agents like swarmed upon the situation. It's like, oh shit, relax. There's just not enough to keep them busy because crime actually isn't that bad in DC. I hear you seem to be confusing all transhumanism with just free market transhumanism. But I thought you were for the free market. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're saying there. Confusing all transhumanism with just free market transhumanism. But if it's... See, this is the problem with any kind of like... I will say broadly libertarian, like market theology types of, because it is market theology, what you're saying. Like if there's free market transhumanism is an oxymoron. You can't apply an ideology like transhumanism onto a free market system that is by its nature purportedly supposed to be non-ideological. There's no such thing as free market transhumanism. There is either transhumanism or the free market. Period. You seem to fixate on labor and wealth while most transhumanists focus on automation making life easier. Tell me, over the past century of automation, has life become easier? Are we working less because of all the automation that's happened? Yeah, you're allowed to ask whether anybody's in Spain. That's okay with me. I don't think anybody is. Are you, William? On the other hand, by virtue of being a machine, can AI survive without the necessary conditions for humans to survive? Moreover, AI is endlessly exploitable. Its lack of consciousness makes it possible for capitalists to extract the entirety of the value AI produces. In essence, AI is the perfect slave. AI is not the perfect slave because it doesn't have a human form. I think that slavery is kind of dependent on being able to see something that looks vaguely human or can be sort of understood as human and being able to order it around. Like slavery is kind of a sadistic power fantasy. You know what I mean? It's not just all about labor. That's why all these people, it's why, you know, you hear so many CEOs talking about how immoral it is for people to work from home because they want to be able to watch people as they do work for them, you know? Have I ever been caught in a violent crime situation? It's probably not a great sign that I have to think about it. I've been witness to like violent situations that should absolutely be understood as crimes, but no, I've never been like I've seen like pretty horrible domestic violence situations. Like my neighbor used to like scream at his kid in a way that I had to like listen to. I would like go stand by the window and just like listen to this guy abuse his kid for a few hours and try and like figure out whether I needed to call the cops. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Factories are now much more efficient than they were at the turn of the century, but are we working less is what I asked. Reminding myself that people in YouTube comments or elsewhere online probably aren't real humans anymore has greatly helped realign my attitude. As I keep saying, it's a good attitude to have anyway. Nobody is a person unless you've met them. And you can feasibly meet people online, you know. I think it's you can have like a good DM conversation and say that you've met somebody, I think, in a way that makes more sense, is more like coherent than if you just like interacted with them in a chat or whatever. Like if you are sustaining conversation with people over a long period of time, I think it's fair to say that you know something about them. But even then, you know, I have lost count of how many times I've heard people say like, yeah, I've got like these online friends, but it's always weird when we meet in person, or like I asked to meet them in person, they never show up, or like people get really, really uncomfortable. And it's like, if you are uncomfortable meeting somebody in person, then you really don't think, like you really haven't met them and you really don't know them. I think it's really important that you be comfortable with somebody in person if you're going to claim that you like know them in any real way. Sorry, I got distracted. There's a spider on my window. Efficient to those who own it, not to those who work it. Yep. Oh God, Josie. I was once mugged and almost fuck, dude. Ugh. Ugh, how awful. Yeah, my man has gotten into many a violent altercation. He was a bouncer for many years. But not me. I'm good. I'm pretty good at leaving situations before they ever escalate to that point. Between fight, flight, and freeze, I fucking book it. I'm gone. I'm gone before anybody's even realized it. Da, da, da. 70 hours is how much we worked. In the 21st, you work 40, 50 hours on average. You skipped a whole century there. What about the 40 hours, 40 to 50 hours we worked this time last century? Why did you pick the 18th century for your comparison? That's true, even if I do assume that you got your numbers right. Jesus, Victor, where do you go? How do you work? You see kids abused every day. Yikes. Leave that place. It's been fun. We're going to need that last sandwich ingredient. Big sorry. Maybe I'll arrive with it next time. Did we start working less because of factories or because of labor movements? Also, yes. Yeah, you're talking about centuries where we've still had no child labor protections at all. That's not a matter of efficiency. That made factories much less efficient. I mean, like, are we going to ignore that that's the case, or are we just going to keep pretending that we live in a situation that has like absolutely no like social contingencies or contextualizations at all? Wait, we're being racist. Hold on. If you have the opportunity, run, don't fight. Oh yeah, for sure. and I'm great at that. Speak softly and carry a big stick. Run far away and carry a gun. Do you believe in the concept of a dream job? Yeah, I don't see why not. I certainly believe in like vocations, you know. It is it's like one of my core political beliefs that everybody should be able to do the thing that they're best at, which our current economic situation does not allow people to do. That's why society in the past 20 years couldn't shut the fuck up about how everybody needs to stop. Like, if you really want a job, well, maybe you should have thought about that before you decided to be an art history major, and you should have learned coding instead. And now coding is ultra underemployed. Like, computer science majors are some of the most underemployed undergrad degrees of all. It's like the 6 to 8% level of unemployment. That's crazy. So it's like, okay, well, what are we supposed to, like, this idea that society can just go, and this is, by the way, why I'm not a communist. This idea that society can tell you what your job is and how to do it, and that you're going to result in that's going to result in like a society that's working for everybody, and that everybody is ultimately fulfilled in, is, I just don't see how that follows. We should create a society where everybody is able to explore their interests, cultivate their skills in whatever their interests are, and pursue them for the rest of their life. If that means that 10% of the entire, American population or whatever decides to be painters, so fucking be it. Then we'll at least be cultivating culture, the root word of cultivation. I see no problem with children working. Why should I? Nah, don't take the bait, y'all. He's trying to troll. Unsuccessfully, I might add. Weak troll. Okay, now I'm mad. Don't get mad. He's fucking trolling. Ah, Snowhound. Oh, Josie Hampton. Don't. This is a troll. Isn't working at Starbucks as a teen essentially child labor? No, that's teen labor. I see how child labor made factories more efficient, more profitable, maybe because you definitely underpay kids, but it doesn't make it more efficient. Making it more profitable makes it more efficient. Anytime you don't have to invest further in your labor for your business, that's heightened efficiency every time. What about children helping out on the old family farm? Well, I mean, it depends on what kind of farm you're talking about, because that's like kind of a, man, I can't believe I'm even indulging this, but like this whole thing of having a bunch of kids so that they can work on your farm is an artifact of a very particular economic setup that is not shared by everybody. A lot of indigenous, at least in North America, a lot of indigenous tribes didn't have that many kids at all, because there just wasn't, like, what the fuck for? What, for labor? What? Like, there's plenty for everybody. If you're having kids, then you should be having kids because you want kids, which is a much healthier way to structure a society. No, every child should be chosen, etc., etc. Oh, your house, yikes. When I say communism, I don't think of Soviet Union, I think of Zapatistas. Yeah, it's a matter of theory, I guess. Aren't you picking crops all the same? What's the difference? Well, the difference is that if you're a child of a family farm, presumably eventually you get the farm. It's a W rage bait, yeah. What I'm saying here is if children who have reached a certain level of education and age want to start working a job full time, why shouldn't they? Well, because that assumes that there's some kind of like objective measure of what a certain level of education and age would be. First of all, if you're talking about a certain level of age, then we're not talking about children anymore, are we? We're talking like if we're discussing what is an appropriate age to start working, then we're already discussing the abolition of child labor. And in terms of education, it depends on who's making the judgments on what education is for and why. I mean, not all education is created equal. Much of our education system was created by industrialists, like people who wanted, people trained in the basics of middle management so that they could put them to work. Do you think that that's like the entirety of a valuable education? I mean, if you say yes, you're lying, because you're a person who likes to say that you don't want people to tell you what to do, but you're okay with capitalists arranging your life such that you only have a few options for what to do, is what I'm hearing. Oh yeah, and also they're children, they aren't adults, and they don't have like the actual mental faculties that adults have and can't advocate for themselves. Oh yeah, I forgot. I don't support the idea of 4-year-olds working in the mines or the sweatshops. Why not? Why not? It would be efficient for the mines and the sweatshops. So why not? I think that education should be directed toward employability. That seems like common sense to me. Employability for who? Do you think employability is just something that arises naturally out of the fabric of the universe? Employability for who? Who determines what is and is not employable? So do you support child labor then? No, I'm asking a hypothetical question of, that I'm expecting you to ask of yourself. Why don't you support child labor of 4-year-olds in sweatshops? I'm under no obligation to justify why I shouldn't support child labor. I don't support child labor. Whoop. Short full debate, bro. Yeah, I really did. Been out of the streaming. This is what happens when you're out of the streaming game for a week. I know your libertarian era was insufferable. Well, who among us at 20 years old, John Galt knows. It got quiet as a dog committing crimes. No, he's so asleep. Yeah, you're in nap mode. Dog. No crimes. Let's play a video game. We need Doge, but for the private sector. True. You go to war against the NCR?
The salient issue is that they will go to war with me if given the chance. There's just one reason why the NCR hasn't contrived some outrage to justify invading the Strip. Caesar's Legion. The final battle between those two armies is fast approaching. I can't afford to let either side win on their terms. What else did you want to discuss?
Oh, by the way, I think, I think we shouldn't have child labor because I'm not obsessed with the efficiency of markets. I don't think that the efficiency of markets is the most important thing to humanity. If I did, I probably would support child labor. Why not? Put those kids to work! So you keep control of New Vegas. What happens next?
New Vegas is more than a city. It's the remedy to mankind's derailment. The city's economy is a blast furnace in which can be forged the steel of a new rail line.
I did. I'd pepper on the
running
counter.
straight
I was
to
gonna
a
say
new
it and then the moment
horizon.
passed, but it's my fucking
What
stream,
is
okay?
NCR? A society of people desperate to experience comfort, ease, luxury. A society of customers. With all that money pouring in,
Oh, Jorge.
give me 20 years and I'll reignite the high technology development sectors. 50 years and I'll have people in orbit. 100 years and my colony ships will be heading for the stars to search for planets unpolluted by the wrath and folly of a bygone generation.
In the meantime, you'd rule Vegas as some kind of dictator, I guess.
I prefer the term
Josie,
autocrat.
go to bed.
I would rule as a
Elon
chief
Musk in New
executive.
Vegas, yeah.
I would not answer to a board of directors or any other entity. Nothing to impede progress. If you want to see the fate of democracies, look out the windows.
We agree that our philosophies are based around what an ideal society would look like, correct? Sure. What's to keep you from abusing your power?
My judgment.
Oh.
I have no interest in abusing others, just as I have no interest in legislating or otherwise dictating what
Mr.
people
House is
do
Gen
in their private
A.
time. Nor have I any interest in being worshipped as some kind of machine god messiah. I am impervious to such corrupting ambitions.
Oh, that's a relief.
But autocracy? Firm control in the hands of a technological and economic visionary? Yes, that Vegas shall have. What else did you want to discuss?
What's with the snow globe collection?
What of it? I enjoy them. There's something about a little diorama set inside a glass dome that
Oh,
I
he is Gen A,
find
literally.
pleasing. If you run across any out in the wastes, turn them in to Jane. She'll compensate you. What else did you want to discuss?
Where does New Vegas get all its electricity? I'd like to know that.
Hoover Dam, of course. A hydroelectric dam. The NCR had it up and running at 50% capacity within a year of occupying the dam. By treaty, New Vegas receives 5% of its output. More than enough. What else did you want to discuss?
Nauseous, disgusted by the wretched with free time and the wealth of the world, spending their lives on discussing which racist perspective is more fun. Yep. What was Vegas like before the war?
It was
What
a place
was it
of
like?
splendor. As magnificent as today's strip may seem, it's but a shadow of the neon paradise that was Las Vegas. I grew up not far from here, and though I traveled the old world
Yeah, Hampton, did you
extensively,
know that?
I never found another place like it.
Hampton hates joy. No smiles here. You say that you saved Las Vegas. How?
By 2065, I deemed it a mathematical certainty that an atomic war would devastate the Earth within 15 years. Every projection I ran confirmed it. I knew I couldn't save the world, nor did I care to, but I could save Vegas, and in the process, perhaps save mankind. I set to work immediately. I thought I had plenty of time to prepare. As it turned out, I was 20 hours short.
Really important fork in the road. High crap with the knife. Joy is the enemy of progress. If you work with House for too long, neither the NCR or Legion will be friendly towards you. You can do some of their quests first, though, to min-max experience. Okay. Yeah, I'm not doing any more work for him immediately after this conversation. I'm just gonna get as much information out of him as possible and then dip. What preparations did you make to save Las Vegas?
On the day of the Great War, 77 atomic warheads targeted Las Vegas and its surrounding areas. My networked mainframes were able to predict and force transmit disarm code subsets to 59 warheads, neutralizing them before impact. Laser cannons mounted on the roof of the Lucky 38 destroyed another 9 warheads. The rest got through, though none hit the city itself. A suboptimal performance, admittedly. If only the platinum chip had arrived a day sooner.
Yeah. Chumsawamba. Chumsawamba describing me also. I too was created to gather berries and obliterate small woodland creatures with my short bow. And be really sad about it. I'd be happy about obliterating small woodland creatures. But 2 small woodland creatures arrived in my garden the other day and ate a watermelon that I'd been growing for like a month and a half. So I'd happily obliterate them with my short bow. Have them for dinner instead. Ugh. Why didn't the platinum chip arrive on time?
The platinum chip was printed in Sunnyvale, California on October 22nd, 2077. The day before the Great War.
I hope your lunch went well.
It was to have been delivered by courier the following afternoon. But by then, the world had ended. The chip contained vital software upgrades, but not just for my Securitrons. Every aspect of the missile defense grid would have been upgraded too. Given that I had to make do with buggy software, the outcome could have been worse. I nearly died as it was.
Hang on. I gotta text Morbid Man and ask him to bring me some food, please. I got you a dog today. His car died today. Isn't that fun? So he has to go find a new one. Let's see. Bring food. Add the ooh-woo face. Bring food, please. I got you a dog. Aren't I cute? Okay. They needed it more. I know. I still have half the watermelon. I'm just gonna give it to the chickens. That's just farm law, subsidiary of street law. True, true. Raw Dog by Jamie Loftus. I've heard of her. What have I heard of her? Him? Shit. Fuck. Yeah, small woodland animals killed my watermelon. What happened to his car? Oh, it was a, piece of shit Subaru that just it's like the Subaru of Theseus at this point. Like, I don't think a single piece of that car, except maybe the frame, is original. Like, he spent an outrageous amount of money on that car, and now I think it's finally finished. Who knows what finally killed it off? Weak ass watermelon. I know. I hear crimes occurring down there. What are you doing? Hi. Hi. Oof, oof. You still smell like the shelter. Do not shit on Subarus. They're an okay car. Is that better? She hosts 16th Minute on the Cool Zone Media Group, same group as Behind Bastards. That is how I know that name, yes. I know. Everybody. John Galt knows why child labor is bad. Thank God. Children cannot consent to contracts and thus cannot work. Whew! Got worried there. Hot Sauce would be a great name for a baby dog. True. Are you Hot Sauce? No, definitely not. He's trying He's trying to grab my mouse again.
Unbelievable. Outrageous. Outrageous.
You're so cute. Ah, I love you so much. Child labor is bad because of contract law. Let's go. There's a you know, completely non-free market device. Contracts. Contracts? Are you fucking kidding me? If I want to stop working with you, I'll just stop working with you. Contract? No. I'm trying to tell the future and like make people work in a situation that they aren't comfortable working in anymore. There couldn't be like nothing less free market than that. Except maybe generational wealth. How did you nearly die defending Vegas?
Software glitches set off a cascade of system crashes. I had to take the Lucky 38's reactor offline, lest it melt down. For nearly 5 years, I battled power outages and more system crashes until I finally managed to reboot my data core with an older version of the OS. I spent the next few decades in a veritable coma, but I survived, obviously, and eventually thrived.
Let's talk about something else.
What else did you want to
I'm
discuss?
tired of talking about it. You want to talk about me. Let's get back to business.
As I was saying,
Yeah. No, I've done enough work for you at the moment.
I offer many benefits, but vacation time isn't one of them.
If I want more work, I'll come see you.
You laid the foundation for my victory, so fine. I'll permit some latitude in how you schedule your work.
Yeah, I thought so.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Where's my dog? Is he still downstairs, I guess? I recommend YouTuber Unlearning Economics. His videos are like 3 hours. He's great, though. Yeah. Really, really good. I have reached out to him for my dissertation, to do a dissertation review. I have not heard back.
Hey, have you been able to bug Mr. House's network yet?
Which is not surprising to me. I did talk to President Sunday today, though. That was a good conversation. Very smart guy. Man, I miss cuddling. Oof. Aw. I'll find someone to cuddle with. Not quite yet.
Okay, no rush, but the sooner the followers can learn about Mr. House's technology, the better.
He needs her labor, but he's like, no, it's whatever. I don't. You don't want to do it. You don't have to. Everyone needs to read capital even if they disagree with Marx. He is foundational in economics. He is genuinely foundational in economics. Yes. If you wish to know anything about sociology, I mean, like, forget economics. Yes, Marx is foundational in economics, and any honest treatment of economic theory will include Marx. The fact that most econ programs don't is not an indictment of Marx at all. It just goes into the same thing that I've talked about on stream before, although it's been a while, so it's worth reiterating that most econ programs, whether undergrad or graduate, PhD programs included, do not include any kind of philosophy or economic history, which is absolutely fucking insane. If they did, they would, and part of the reason is because if they did, they'd have to talk about Marx. So Marx is extremely worth reading, yes. Hi, Alistair. Has weapons already been thoroughly covered? Not thoroughly, because well, I'll recap you. The reason we did talk about it a little bit, but not entirely, because I had to miss the last 15 minutes or so to make it to the animal shelter before they closed. so yeah, I will probably be writing something about weapons in the next week or so, but I need to go see the movie again. Let's go to Vault 21. Shit. Beep beep boop 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 boop. Where's Boone? Oh, yeah, let's go get him. He's in Novak. He's fine. We just had to get rid of him so we could go talk to the Legion. Capital my marks, Ricardo, Smith, Keynes, etc. Yeah, totally. You're describing a basic economic theory syllabus there, Hampton. Good job.
Looks like the war's ratcheting up. I hear the NCR is bringing in elite troops.
Let's pick up that dog today, then. I did, yeah. This very day. For people who didn't hear it, I I missed the last 15 minutes of a weapon so I could get to the animal shelter in time, but when I got there, the dog was... Oh, fuck! God damn it! Ah! Shit! God damn it! Fuck! You're gonna be one of those dogs? God damn it. Son of a bitch. Unreal. Okay. Good to know. Gotta take everything off my floor. Can't even be mad at you. Anyway, yeah, I missed the... Oh, Jesus. I missed the last 15 minutes of weapons to get to the animal shelter in time. When I got there, they told me that he was in foster. But then I woke up this morning, and he was back at the shelter, so... This dog has good comedic timing, yes. Haven't seen Naked Gun yet, no. Leave Boot alone, you'll get him killed. God. Man, I wasn't even using those cables for anything, but, like, now that they're gone... now that they're gone, I wish I could. I still haven't seen all of Wicked after the power went out in the theater. That sucks, right after the Menzel Chenoweth cameos. Bummer. So you missed like the last 15 minutes or so. That's too bad. They really wrap it up in those last 15 minutes. I really, really like Wicked. It's a very good movie. He real for that. Yeah, he is. Stupid dog. What are you doing? Jesus. So you get for not having a designated cable box. No, this is what I get for having a good dog. Just being a, you know, being used to having a good dog. All the ends are decent enough, it depends on personal preference, maximizing what I get from each faction before I inevitably go independent. Yeah, that's kind of my tack. Yes, the dog says hi. It's legit upsetting how much people like Wicked. Why? It's a good movie. Hey, stop it. Shrill and plasticky. well, matter of opinion. It's just not for people who aren't, like, super into musicals. Which is okay. You don't have to be into musicals. Hey!
Is it time?
It is!
I'm ready when you are.
Woo! Okay. Now let's go to Vault 21. What am I supposed to... What? 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 Kill Mr. House? No, I'm not gonna do that. No, no quests right now. Dog, what do you have? That's fine. You sound like the witch from Snow White when you yell at your new dog. Doggy, stop it! What are you doing? Here, eat that. Tear it apart. Standing there waiting for you. I need to hold my nose one of these days and go ahead and do a Legion playthrough. It's way too bloated, wicked. I mean, I can't think of anything that I would take out, to be honest with you. Ah, man, couldn't even get my gun out in time. Give dog a nuke. Crimes! Dog crimes! You're a puppy, aren't you? You're just a big puppy. You are absolutely not 2 years old. You're so cute. Oh, you're so cute. Hi. Oh my god. What level? 14, I think? 13 or 14. It's just that I spend so much of the streamy yapping that, you know, that's all I've gotten to yet.
Thank you for visiting New Things.
Hampton, I wish you weren't right. You gotta optimize your jokes. If you can't say it in one breath, it won't land. I was hoping you'd play Dead Money. Why couldn't I? I will. I don't know if I will, you know, finish every single thing there is to do in this game. In fact, I can basically guarantee that I won't, but I will probably do most, if not all, the DLCs. I can manage that much, at least. Dog, what are you doing? Hey, you're in my... Hey, that's my cable box. He's a cable fiend. Let's name him Cable. Oh. That's not a cable. And I don't trust you with that. Look at that. It's the cat's string. It's her favorite game. This I love. The idea of the vault dwellers just like making a little business out of their vault. If that's indeed what they did, let's find out. I don't think I ever went to Vault 21 last time.
Hi, I'm Sarah Weintraub. Welcome to the finest vault hotel in the whole world.
Get them all the rope toys. Yeah, I think so. Dead Money is designed for for level 20 characters. Okay, yeah. Then I'll just wait for them to do Dead Money. I'll do it.
Hi! You're so cute!
Okay, y'all need to see this dog better. Hang on. Dog, come here. Hi. Look at you. Look at your cute little face. Oh. You're adorable. You fit right in. A red bandana. Yeah. You go boy. Even though you ate my cables. Okay. What kind of things do you sell in this gift shop?
I have all sorts of things.
Isn't
Vault
he fucking
souvenirs,
cute?
Vault wares, vault machines, vault mementos, and vault suits.
You are!
And, well, lots of other vault things, too.
Vault gear. Swell. Swell. Can you show me what else you got?
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, I got these great lunch boxes. They're super. What else? Oh, look at these toasters. You like toast, right? If they're crunchy, even better. What about a vintage Vault-Tec toy car? Or...
Dog, no. No, no, no! Stop it! Ah! Oh, God. This dog is smarter than Rita. It's gonna be a problem.
You're gonna be a problem.
There. Damn. Sarah, stop right there. Do you actually have any vault gear?
Okay, I do, but who wants a lame sensor module or a nitrogen canister anyway? All the popular stuff has been sold, especially the vault suits. I need to find more because people buy them like hotcakes. Leather suits are good times. Thinking about that just blows my top.
Oh, I might be persuaded to lend a hand.
You would? You really would? That would help me a lot. I'll pay you good money per each suit.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Oh, don't flatter me. Jesus. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to keep the office door closed, I think.
You can't be trusted!
Oops. Is there anything of interest down here? Somebody tell me. Somebody spoil me a little bit. Transhuman is suicidal. I thought you already established that. Oop.
Watch your...
Hi.
I like the place, but I wouldn't want to...
Wish I could have seen what's inside the 38.
Hey, stop it. Leave my mouse pad alone. I think I'm just gonna not stay down here.
Wish I could have seen what's inside the 38.
I don't think it's possible, Black Bag, to be performatively earnest. Either you're earnest or you're not. Earnestness requires honesty. Cinematic stevia. You're entitled to your opinion. That's alright.
Morning.
I think it's quite a good adaptation of musical adaptations go so badly so often, but like I am always charmed by a movie that was clearly made by a bunch of people. Like Wicked is a movie made by a bunch of theater kids who just really fucking love Wicked, you know, and they apply filmic elements to it when it's appropriate, and musical elements when it's appropriate, and they don't, like, the camera work is good, you know, the choreography is good, yeah, sure, obviously they would have hired, you know, Broadway choreographers, but the way that it's shot doesn't make it seem like it's on a soundstage, you know. I mean, it obviously is, but like there is rhythm to the cinematography that they didn't have to do, you know. But they did because they love it, and I think that's good. I think it's good to have evidence that the thing you're watching was made by people who liked making it. You know, it's good. Blackbag really hates Wicked. Oh, snow globe in Sarah's room, down the hallway to your right when you first enter the common room from the stairs. Okay, I'll go back. It's true. Crab with a knife, always on task. Ariana Grande has never and will never be better. True. Okay, what did you say? Sarah's room, down the hallway to your left when you first enter the common room from the stairs. Okay. Oh man, these dogs are getting along so well. Rita, I'm so proud of you. Okay. Boo do 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 do. Ain't that a kick in the head? Surely not up here, right? What? Shit. Expected a film like Wicked to apply filmic elements to the musical to go beyond CG takeovers and the like. Like what? The way that the flight sequence happens is great, I think. The sound design in that scene is really, really good. The way the music drops out and it's just wind is good. Like I don't know how else to describe it. It's a good way to structure that scene. It's how it should be structured, in my opinion.
Hey.
I still think Anora's the better movie, for sure.
Watch the gaps. They go quick.
I like it when they sing. Further down the hall, lower level. You picked the right hall, though. Okay. Aww. Puppy wants to play real bad. But Rita's old. No. It's all wrong. On your left, it'll say Sarah's room. 50 lockpick. I do not have 50 lockpick. Let's see. No. Oh my god. I almost have 50 lockpick. I do, let's see, if I have a magazine, then we're set. Otherwise, we'll have to come back. I do not have a lockpick magazine. You can get it free if you sleep with her. Oh, Mentats. You think? Charisma, perception, and intelligence, like that makes me better at lockpicking? Is that true? Just need perception +1. Oh, okay. Could kill her and loot her body for a key. No, let's not do that. Is this it? Yes. Okay. Yay. Haha. Nice. Mine now. Dog. Dog, I'm gonna be really, really mad at you if you eat my sound cables. When am I ever gonna be able to leave this house again? This dog is a menace. Hey! A very, very cute menace. Oh no, I'm lost. Every point of perception is +2 to lockpick and a few other related skills. I think I knew that, like... Hey! Relax. See, this is what happens. Don't make her mad.
Fighting at the tops. It's got the best patrons around here, hands down.
He's like, oh, what do I do? No. He's play bowing. I gotta get out of here and get some energy out of this dog. I'll get out of the vault and then I'll take off. We'll go play. Don't worry.
I've heard that Securitrons are nastier than ever.
Shame about the fighting at the tops. It's got the best patrons.
Rita. That was rude. That was all you.
I've heard the Legion's planning to unleash.
He just wants her to play real bad. Poor puppy.
See you in a second.
Rita. No. Enough. Now you're just being an asshole. Oh man. I'm on a timeline here. These dogs won't wait. Shit. Where am I? Rita joined the rebellion. Rita's hashtag too old for this shit, you know. Why would you leave your house when you could stay inside and read one of thousands of great books about ghosts? That's actually a really good point.
I've heard that elite units
Why
are
would
on
I?
their way to support our armies here.
I've got plenty of stuff to do here. Plenty of time to micromanage this dog. Where am I? How do I get out of here? Oh my god, mini-map. Speaking of ice, do you like Carl's Jr.?
About the massive Legion army gathering past the Colorado.
I don't think I've eaten at Carl's Jr. since I was like maybe 8. Oh my god. Set your marker at the exit and follow it. A good point. Is this the exit? Yeah, it is. Okay. Alright. Man. What would I do without you people? Ain't that a kick in the head? Sorry. When you got a song in your heart, it's important you let it out. Shit! Sucks. What's happened to my memory? It's like 2 turns to get from the common room to out of this place. Why can't I find it?
I've heard the Legion's planning to unleash their best
Our
men
victory at
against us.
Nelson's a worthy story to tell in my travels.
Okay. We need to be going west.
Who would have thought a place like
This
this
looks
would
right.
exist?
Good. Now if I go this way. There we go. Yeah. We did it. Starve in the halls of 21 forever. Yep. I missed wasting 5 hours of my life watching and getting lost in some random ass vault. Hey, I aim to please. Just a W vibe. I'm so glad you think so. The dogs are being polite. Let's go get in a gunfight before I hop off here. Let's go find somebody to shoot. I'm upset that I've barely gotten to use my guns today. What's your favorite Gen Z word? I'm a pretty big fan of Riz. I think that's just like primo slang. I'm surprised nobody came up with it before. We can come back here. Release the map. I'm genuinely proud of you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, thanks. Let's fuck around. And no, let's see. Have I not been to Sloan? That's crazy. Let's do that. Let's Powder Ganger Camp West. Oh, perfect. Yeah, let's go shoot some Powder Gangers. I think I've already Woo! Yes!
You're mine.
I'm thirsty. Oh, no water for me. Do I have any? I do have Nuka-Cola, but it's only the fancy kind. Fuck. Yikes. Do I have any? How about a? Okay, caravan lunch. There we go. I'll get injured first. And then... Oh! Jesus. Man. I'm trying to shoot someone too, y'all. Quit jumping my gun. Nice. I will be taking this. I will be taking this. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Ah. Yes, perfect. Perfect. Oh, man. Man, it's so satisfying when you actually like when you go back to fight people that you're actually like properly leveled to fight. And you can just and like bullets behave like real bullets and actually kill people. Instead of, you know, kicking like 5% of their HP down or whatever. What's that? Oh, hello. Damn, they're too far away. Okay. Let's see. Let's go east and then pick up next time at the correctional facility. Shoot our way through that. Cooked is also pretty good. Let's see. Crash Out is also good. There's lots of good slang from Gen Z. Proud of them. Oh, there it is, I think. Yeah, the kids got it. Kids are alright. The kids yearn for the mines. Let's go. Any of you people have water on you? I'd love some of that. Aha. Oh shit.
Can't run from me.
Damn it. Okay. Let's call it. I'm getting hungry. Dogs are getting antsy. I'll be back. What's today? What's today? Monday? Yeah. I'll be back Thursday. And we shall continue then. Look at this. Look at this. Right next to me. Can you imagine what he'll get up to when I'm not here? How will I ever leave this dog alone in the house? Impossible. That's crazy because you're drinking from your trusty Vault 13 canteen. I don't know. Around his borderline boomer. I am not. I'm solidly millennial. I actually trend toward more Gen Z. He will eat your next vid script. No! Okay. Good night, Gun Parade. Thank you for being here. Alright. Let's get you out of here. Alright. See everybody Thursday. Cheers. Oop. Alright.